Alright, I want to talk about a situation with my dad. It's been I've been trying to try to patch up the relationship with my dad for so many fucking years, man. About the only time we got along in the last more than 20 years for the most part. Been like he can hold it together if he really tries hard for maybe an hour or two if he's drinking, you know. Pretty much damn near the only times we've got along is when he's been like drunk as shit and or whatever other people are around or the period of time when Obama was in office we got along a lot better because we both agreed that that was bullshit, right? And then maybe a short period of time in the beginning of the Trump thing because I kind of pretended that I thought that he was good or something. I basically saw him as a Trojan horse the whole time. I still do. But I knew he wasn't Hillary. So, it's like, I guess I'll hope that he's not a Trojan horse. Because at least he isn't that fucking rich. you know? But basically, voting is like, it's like you have a choice. Would you rather be kicked in the balls or poked in the eyes? Or whatever, Or would you rather be kicked by a horse or hit by a car going 15 miles an hour? Or make it 20, you know. And the car would stop. Yeah. And it's just, yeah, just like, hmm. But it's not really a choice. Anyways, off the political topic. Got sidetracked there. But yeah, I mean, it's just always been, ever since basically preteen age or something, he's been on my fucking case all the time. On my case. And, used to be like we were friends or something, and then all of a sudden, uh, no, I guess even when I was younger, all the time he was on my case. I just like to fucking block it out, remember the good or whatever. But I mean, nowadays it's like I can't do anything, right? I mean, if I get a fucking, if I get him a present or something, he'll tell me not to send it, or he'll bitch about it, or he'll find a way to take the thing that I sent to him and use it as some sort of a way to come up with some bullshit story that makes me sound bad in the past or something. Like Like, take for instance, like there's these knives, right? When I was a kid, like, now I don't remember exactly, but when I was a kid, like a young kid, I don't know, fucking 8, 9, 10 or something, whatever, probably maybe even younger. don't I don't remember exactly how, but there was like a K bar, possibly a knockoff, an old knockoff of a K bar, and a K98 bayonet, like part of the thing broken. And these, I found these in the garage. They were in the bottom of a metal toolbox that it got wet. It was flooded, and they were fucking rusted to shit. The leather sheaths that they were in were moldy and falling apart. The stitching had fallen apart. I mean, they just went to shit. Even the little rubber handle part on the K bar was like molding and fraying from the damage of having been like in the water or getting moldy for long enough to where it had just been. It must have been sitting in this fucking stagnant water for years or something to get that fucked up. These things, they were sitting in like the edge of the garage. It must have been a little leak at some point. They got in there and he didn't notice or something. Now I don't fucking remember if I asked him about it, but I must have, or he must not have gave a shit because it's not like he didn't know that I fucking had him. You know, I would wear the damn thing on my hip if we go out shooting, or if we go when we go a couple times we went hunting. I'd have the thing on my hip. Where what did he think it was, right? I had he'd seen me with it many times. If nothing else, he knew I fucking had it. What I did is I cleaned the things up. Now, when I was younger, all I did was like try to sand the rust off and sand the mold off and dry them up and clean them up, and I think I like wrapped the fucking sheaths in electrical tape or some shit just to keep them so they wouldn't fall apart. But like years later, I like sanded the leather on the handle just a little bit. Also, the handle was a little bent inside too, but I fixed that. I actually took the whole handle off, cleaned up the leather bits real good, like lightly sanded them, stained them black to so that the moldy, shitty old look would be gone and they would look more new. I freaking cleaned up the metal, sharpened the thing, you know, like totally got the rust off everything, even inside the handle, reassembled it, did sewed the sheaths together, cleaned them up real good, stained the leather with leather dye, or polished it, made everything look nice. I sharpened I got all the rust off things, cleaned them up, sharpened them, fixed the sheaths and everything. Even the snaps were fucked up. I replaced the fucking snaps with like ones that were decent, were good. I did all this shit, man. And then, I still had the knives because, to my knowledge, he'd given them to me or didn't care that I had them. I probably took them when I was like 8, 9, 10 or something, and he'd seen me with them many times over the years. I think I asked him, but I don't remember that far back for certain, but I sure as hell know he saw me with them many times, and unless he was fucking, blind or something. He didn't fucking seem to not give a shit. I probably walked up and my guess would be, because this was a long fucking time ago, but I think probably what happened is I found these things covered in rust, looking like shit, and walked up and said, "Can I have them?" And he probably said, "Yeah, I guess." Or I don't know, because he probably just looked at him and saw these like rusty fucking saw these things like caked in rust and mold, looking like shit, and was like, "Yeah, I guess." Jeez, what happened to him or whatever? That's probably what the fuck happened. But anyways, so I buy him like a knockoff of a K bar that's real nice, like last year, and he uses that as an excuse to for like the new I don't know 50th fucking time or something to try to bitch about like you ruined my knives, you know, and it's bullshit to make it sound like it's stolen, which I sure the hell don't believe so. And then the fucking sound make it sound like I ruined when I literally fixed them up to the best of my ability when they were fucked up, man. They were seriously fucked up when I found them. I basically did like a restoration on the fucking things, man. I'm not the greatest at doing something like that, but like, you know, these were like in the sort of condition you might find some, like if you found a knife, like if you found a K bar buried in the ground in a wet climate on a battlefield from fucking World War One or World War Two or whatever, right? That's essentially how it would look like, or like, or like that bad or worse. Like that's how fucking bad it was. Pretty much when I found them, and he'll find a way to bitch about that and make me sound like I'm a terrible person to ruin his knives and yeah, and all this kind of shit, right? And he says all kinds of horrible things to me all the time and insults the shit out of me left and right. He wasn't even gonna come to my mom's funeral uh, when she died like a year ago until I guilt tripped him into it. And I don't know, maybe it would have been better if he hadn't now that I think of it. But of course, he spent plenty of time just insulting her on her freaking deathbed, insulting my grandma on her deathbed, and insulting me, insulting my, just everyone, insulting my uncle, just being nasty. And he's so freaking verbally and emotionally and psychologically abusive, man. It's like basically what I heard of like classic. It's a weird situation. It's like a combo platter of the overt and the covert narcissist, you know. And then I suppose my relationship with him is like is like a weird mixture where I was once the golden child that became the scapegoat or something. Yeah, pretty much. It's like I was the golden child that fell to the scapegoat status or whatever. Yeah, pretty much. That's so it's like, and he throws the flying monkeys at me too and everything, of course. Like, you know, he probably makes me sound bad to everyone in my family, and he wants to like control every aspect of my fucking life. Is I don't know. Any idea I have is just stupid fairy tale fantasy or whatever. Or I don't know. It's just nasty to me, man. And in so many ways, everything's totally conditional, and it's like, I mean, like when Father's Day comes around and his birthday is coming up, like right before the 4th of July here, and I want to be able to, and he just texted me and stuff, and I want to be able to talk and have a two-way conversation with him without it turning into a lecture or a fucking, endless slew of insults and catastrophizing over my fucking life and so on, and control freak behavior, but it just fucking goes on and on. And I hate this shit, man. How my mom died like a year ago. My One of my friends, his stepdad is 75. He just died in his sleep. I want to be. I'd like to be able to repair the fucking relationship with my dad or something, but it feels like it's fucking impossible or something. And he's like fucking 1,400 miles away or something too. I would be there, but he just I mean, if I was there, he'd be fucking chasing me around everywhere, like lecturing and bitching at me all the time, probably, and probably have his wife teaming up with him to fucking run around and lecture me and bitch at me. Like they wouldn't let me have a goddamn moment's peace to fucking gather my thoughts and go try to get anything done for myself. They want to like, in some small sense, well, you ever see them? You probably don't remember this. There's a scene from Hook, uh, with Robin Williams, where he plays Peter, like an adult Peter Pan or some shit. And he's like, where it's like a baby in the crib or whatever, and the parents are like planning every fucking little thing in his life. Like this is how they want everything to go exactly like this, and just step A to Z. Now he never really did stuff like that, or no. I mean, if he had known how to do things right like that, maybe he could have fucking done something where it would have helped me out when I was a kid or whatever. But it's like I'm damn near 40 years old. I don't need somebody fucking lecturing me and riding my ass all the time and stuff. And this fucking Pavlovian conditioning, fucking, you know, this crap he thinks he calls tough love, tough love. I don't need somebody barking down my fucking, barking at me and fucking cussing me out and insulting me and talking shit to me all the time and trying to fucking scare me and trying to fuck with my head. I don't need that shit, man. Shit don't work, man. I'm resistant to Pavlov, one of the rare ones. Very resistant to Pavlov, oppositional defiant disorder, because it's a disorder to not be an obedient sheep to authority figures or whatever the fuck, right? Yeah. Believe as you're told. Do as you're told. Do as you're told. Obey. Be obedient. But it's like, I guess I have built-in stubbornness, man. If somebody's like trying to push me into doing something, I just want to say, "The fuck away from me," you know. Mm. You could be trying to push me into a gold mine and be like, "Get your fucking hands off of me," you know. Go in when I damn well feel like it, you know. I don't know. I just, I don't know. I don't like people like shoving me, or like pushing me around and telling me what to do and trying to control me and all this crap. I hate that shit. I always fucking have, dude. I hate having to fucking kowtow about it. Yeah, I became more fucking defiant and resistant and like a rebellious teenager and all this kind of shit because, well, I mean, your fucking childhood is like a bunch of people barking orders at you. And you're okay, okay. You gotta bow down and bow and scrape and kiss the ass and lick the boot and fucking punch the clock and follow the line on the floor and ask permission to take a piss and all this shit, you know? And then with all that, you know, is said and done, they just want to shove you into a position in life where that's like, okay, now that you've learned how to be a good obedient bitch, you can go do that forever now. Lick the boot now. Like, it's just like endless. And I don't know, I fucking rebelled against it. It's too fucking much. I hate this, you know. I guess I'm more of a stallion than a broken nag or whatever. I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, maybe. Maybe psychologically or whatever. The horse that didn't like somebody putting a plow on him, or that didn't want to be ridden. And he's spending the whole time trying to break me or something, you know, trying to break me and like like some clay statue or something, and so he can mold me into the image that he wants or whatever. Never fucking, and that's just, I don't know, man. He says shit that really fucking fucks with my head and hurts my feelings and shit all the goddamn time, and boo hoo, I guess. But, it sucks, man. Because it's like there's this whole other, kind of a lot of Jekyll and Hyde there too, man. There's always been kind of some serious Jekyll and Hyde action with him, you know. There's this side to him that's like this really good guy, you know. Really good, cool guy, you know. Fun to hang out with, interesting to talk to. And then there's the Mr. Hyde that comes out and bites my fucking head off if I try to say about anything, or have an opinion about anything that varies in any way from his fucking opinion. You know? It's like, Jesus Christ. They get really fucking nasty, insulting, very, very offensive and stuff, you know. When I was a kid, he'd scare the shit out of me and he'd fucking start screaming. Big fucking 300 and some pound, 350 pound fucking dude, barrel chested, bench press 400 fucking pounds. And I'm like sitting there, 70, 80 pound, or, with him just like red face of the vein popping out of his head screaming at me, goddamn. Got fucking like 18, 19-inch biceps and shit. Fucking big, like was like Bluto, or, you know, uh, he actually used to have a lawn service called Brutus Lawn Service with like a Popeye character, picture of the Popeye character on the, that's what he looked like, fucking scraggly beard, and hung out with my uncles, my uncle Doug, man. When he was younger, he used to look like, the dude from Terminator 2 in the start of the movie when Arnold walks in and the guy fucking puts out a cigar on his chest, and then the Terminator, Schwarzenegger as the Terminator just grabs him and throws him over the stove and give me your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. Yeah, he looks like that guy, like the fucking redheaded dude. That's what he, um, my uncle Doug. That's what he used to look like when he was younger. And he would have totally done something like that too. Just put out a fucking cigar and you know. Yeah, he seemed like it. I could see him like, looking like that, dressed like that, hanging out with bikers and all that. Yeah, probably. In fact, I think they did. But yeah, man. Um, I wish to hell that things would, that we. I hate this shit, man, because like honestly, I got fucking distracted by all the shit going on around me. Had like several people calling me up almost daily, talking on the phone, and then having to deal with paying for the motel, and you know all these little things I got to deal with by myself. Which isn't such a big deal, but I mean, I gotta go to the fucking laundromat every week. I gotta go. I gotta, had to fuck with the get the damn toilet in the motel room to like fill up with enough water in the bowl because it wasn't actually flushing all the shit. You'd have to flush like 3 or 4 times for fucking shit to go down. And to raise the water level a little bit. Now the damn thing's running all the fucking time. I could just adjust the screw a little bit, but then it's liable to not flush properly anymore because it's like an old school high flow style toilet that must be hooked up to like a low flow amount of fucking water or something, or maybe it's the flap. Maybe it's the little flap that's supposed to hold the water in the damn bowl, or maybe the little holes around the edges on the inside are plugged up with mold and shit. That's a possibility. Whatever. Yeah, I suppose I could try pouring bleach into the fucking holding tank, but it's like I don't know how much a fucking gallon of bleach costs or whatever, but or the little tablet you could, yeah, they have those tablet things for toilets too or whatever that would probably work. But well, I might as well. I mean, it's not really exactly my responsibility to do something that isn't really. I might as well just consider this like it's my fucking apartment, though. I mean, I've been here for kind of. I mean, Not really. I've been here for a long fucking time, so I might as well like fix things here and there. Hell, I fixed the sink in the last room that was fucking clogged up with so much like just slime and mold and hair and everything. And not just in, and it had this, the stupid fucking drain plugs that are like attached and they don't pull up, and you try to shave and all your fucking hair and stuff just tries to get stuck in there, and then stuff gets stuck inside that shit. So to like ram, I use like a straw to try to ramrod and get the fucking black mold and shit the fuck out of there to try to clear it out, and I know bleach would have helped with that as well. I know. And I took the fucking U joint out, get all the gunk out of that, and clean out the fucking pipes and everything. Just and I've messed with like other thing like getting this sometimes in the bathrooms the knob for the drain plug sticks, or the other things, fix that shit up, but no big deal. I always thaw the freezer out and the mini fridge and everything so it actually fucking works correctly, because you got to do that every so often. The fucking motel's not going to do it. I'd like to go out there and take that fucking outside back part off of the damn AC heater unit and see if it's got a fucking, well, clean it out basically. It needs cleaned out. There's probably like a filter that could use cleaned, and possibly a drip pan or something that could use dumped or something. I don't know if it has a drip pan or not, but I'm just taking a guess. I would venture to guess that it might. Fucking, I hate that I can't like I can't seem to work things out with my dad. Like, let's try to talk. I mean, if we could just talk, if we just stop trying to be a fucking dictator or something, and don't just drop the tater part and keep the being a dick either, because that doesn't help either. You know, just just drop the dick and the tater and keep them out, keep them away from me. Uh, I don't know, man. He can be a nice guy if he puts effort into it or something, I think, sometimes. But I think he actually has worked into his head that it's gonna somehow help me if he's a dick to me or something. He's convinced himself of this. uh, it's not helpful though. It just fucking ruins the a relationship with my father that basically takes that away from me, or makes it so I want to get the fuck away from it, because it's just too much bullshit and drama and fucking control freak nonsense and stuff that I just want to fucking get the hell away from it because, at some point in my fucking life, I guess maybe I think of myself and I always wanted to be in more of the fatherly role, kind of, more of a control. I mean, it's like I always got to be the little bitch or somebody's bitch boy or whatever, fucking for goddamn ever. Or I just wander off alone, do my own thing, because everybody's doing their own fucking thing, and they got their own group of friends or their own family or their own whatever that they're doing shit with, and they're running shit. Well, like for instance, 4th of July. I wish I had some people I could call up and say, "Hey, you can come out with me on 4th of July," and I'd go buy a little propane camp grill or something. I'm thinking I'll probably do that anyways, because I've got like a 2 burner thing, but it's it doesn't. I want the Coleman one that actually has like the grill flat surface that you could don't have to just stand there and hold a pan on. I'd like to be able to have something that I can stick some fucking just slap some burgers straight on it or some pork chops, man. You know, probably be good to some little aluminum foil with some holes punched in it over the burners or something when you do that, maybe. Probably. But like, I don't know. It's like everything. Like Christmas comes around, Thanksgiving comes around. It's always been somebody else handles the meal. Even if I do go out and get a bunch of stuff and I'm ready to do stuff, like the kitchen is already taken by somebody else. And if I wanna if I wanna plan something like try and get somebody to go and watch fireworks or try and get somebody to go, even if I go buy fireworks and I buy coleslaw and potato salad, and macaroni salad, and get some fucking burgers and some brats and some whatever and cook them up and make a plan to go to this park or that place or whatever. It's everybody else got fucking plans. I'll just be sitting by my fucking self somewhere. Probably getting harassed by the you're not allowed to shoot off fireworks anywhere because of America. Because yeah, right. Because we're celebrating freedoms that don't exist. There was a time when you fuckers wore red coats and we used to shoot your ass when you do shit like this. Yeah, right? No, but it's like, Happy 4th of July. Today we celebrate our freedoms. You will wear the mask. You will not be allowed to shoot off any fireworks or have campfires. You will wear the required uniform. Your chair must be exactly 24 inches off the ground. It cannot be 30. It will not be 22 inches. It will only be 24. We will have people come by. We will measure your chair to make sure that it is at the proper height. If not, you will get a ticket. We will search your coolers and your backpacks. You will not be allowed to drink anything that is not on the approved list of beverages. Now, sing together about the freedom of America. Go and celebrate. Hail Marx! Right? Oh, Jesus. Uh, Celebrate glorious Mao, leader of communist revolution. Monsieur a fireworks for America. You go and ask most people, like, why do we shoot fireworks off on the 4th of July? Like, or, it's fun. Do you know why we celebrate the 4th of July? No, there was a war. Do you know what country we were at war with? Like, and just be like, oh yeah, it was Vietnam. Oh yeah, it's Vietnam. Duh. People are fucking retarded. Oh man, people are so fucking stupid. My dad agrees with me on a lot of. We agree on a lot of things, but like, he still thinks that we got to get the libs out. Not quite getting it. Not quite. You're part way there. It's not all the way. You gotta wake up a little bit more, figure out what the fuck's really going on. But two sides, same coin. Controlled opposition. Uh, Left-right paradigm, so on and so forth. Yep. Anyhow, that's a whole other issue. This ranting. I don't know. I was sitting here thinking, 4th of July coming up. Haven't done any celebrating of that. And then I'm kind of picturing how it would go. Like, well, maybe somebody would invite me to come hang out with them, or maybe I could go by myself to and pay to sit around in some place with Gestapo marching around and watch some fucking fireworks that they shoot off while there's a bunch of like goons everywhere demanding your money and obedience and whatnot. That's the way to celebrate our freedom, you know. Oh man, all them freedoms we used to have. I don't know, man. Well, I thought like I could buy some fireworks. Just I think I only have access to the like wimpy fucking legal fireworks. Unless I want to take a long drive. Even then, I couldn't get that good of shit. I could get like maybe some things that were sort of more fun, but if I went like now or something, I'd drive to another state and or find a reservation somewhere. But I could go blow 30, $40 and get some. We've got snakes and sparklers. I like the snakes and sparklers. Like, they got little fountains and shit, and a little. I don't know. It would be more fun than not lighting off some fireworks, I guess. But I'm thinking, where can I even do that? Where I won't have like jackboots fucking marching around like, you're not allowed to do that here. You know? And you gotta go fucking take a rocket ship to the fucking moon to go like shoot off fireworks on the 4th. Like, just sit in a chair and have a fucking beer and grill some burgers or something. Oh, forgot about the Nazi moon base. Never mind, scratch that. They'd have them there too. You are not allowed to have the fireworks. The moon is a no fireworks zone. And your campfire is in direct violation of our rules. Mm. Yeah, right. God damn it.